Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. It is official. Kyrie Irving is no longer a Brooklyn Net and has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving is a Dallas Maverick. He is going to join Luka Doncic in that backcourt. When you look at it like that, at face value, that's a very sexy backcourt, for lack of a better word. But let me relax. Let's go to the trade. The official trade details. The Brooklyn Nets have sent Kyrie Irving and Markieff to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 first-round pick, which is unprotected, and multiple second-round picks. In my humble opinion, I'm going to say I think the Brooklyn Nets won this trade. I'll get to that later. But let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks and how this affects them, what it looks like for them. Like I said, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, very sexy in that backcourt. We got news, we got word that the Dallas Mavericks, and everybody and anybody in Dallas Mavericks besides Luka Doncic was going to be available for a trade to surround Luka with another star. And did they jump the gun on this one? Maybe you say that because Kyrie Irving on an expiring deal. But then again, he's having an all-star year, having a very good year. Like I said, they're looking for another star going into this trade deadline. There wasn't really a star on the market that they could trade for until Kyrie Irving surprised the whole NBA and requested that trade 2 days ago. So he kind of fell in their lap. They look at this as an opportunity to get another star. Will this work out? Will they coexist together? That's what I'm interested about, because that was the question I always had surrounding Luka Doncic, is how would another star coexist with him, because he's a very high usage player, has the ball in his hands a lot. How would another star help him? How would another star play with him? But let's give some credit to Kyrie, because every team he's been to, a team is at its best when Kyrie Irving is their secondary star, secondary scorer. And let's give some credit to him. When you play with KD, obviously you look at that time in Brooklyn as a disappointment. But when he's been healthy, when KD's been healthy, they play well. They play well together. They're an elite offense. They were 20 and 10 this year when they had KD and Kyrie. When they were both healthy, they were looked at as contenders. They're looked at as one of the best teams in the East at their best. They were the second best team in a tough Eastern Conference. And then even before, when we just reflect on that time with James Harden, KD, Kyrie, like I said, you call it a disappointment. But when they were healthy, they won a playoff series. The only playoff series they won, but they were also the best offense. They were number one ranked offense during that year. They made it to the playoffs and won that series. Anyways, Kyrie Irving, I think he's going to be able to play alongside Luka Doncic because he played with LeBron. Obviously, Luka is not LeBron, but he plays a similar style where the offense runs through him. There'll be times where they play together. There's going to be times where they stagger their minutes. I think it's going to be good. He's another shot creator. He's having a great year shooting the ball efficiently. Like I said, all-star starter, looking like one of the best point guards in the league. We'll see what happens this year. I can't wait to see that backcourt play together. But the real question is, will Kyrie accept a contract extension with them? Will he be with them long term? Because when you look at the trade, honestly, it's kind of a lot. You're not giving up another star in it. You're not giving up a boatload of picks like you saw in the Rudy Gobert trade or Donovan Mitchell. But that 2029 first round pick, it's unprotected. Right now we're in the year 2023. It's unpredictable. This league has been so unpredictable. For example, when we look at the Brooklyn picks that were sent over to Houston for James Harden, we didn't think about it like that they were going to be that valuable. We looked at it as, the Nets were going to be good in years to come. That pick wasn't going to have that much value. Now it's looked at, those picks might be top 10 picks someday. And when we look at that 2029 first round pick, like I said, we don't even know if Kyrie's going to be there next year. Luka Doncic, if it doesn't work out with the Mavericks, he could ask out. He could not re-sign with Dallas Mavericks. And at that point, the Dallas Mavericks could be bad, and that pick could have so much value, and the Dallas Mavericks, don't own it. But yeah, let's go back to how, they might look. Obviously, you're going to have the heavy isolation. But when you look at the defensive side, that's obviously a big question. But honestly, Kyrie Irving is, he's been very underrated on defense. He'll hold his own. He'll move his feet. He'll be tough down there. This is probably like the best I've seen Kyrie as a on-ball defender, and such. So he's solid. Luka Doncic, he's not looked at to guard other perimeter players. Most of the time, he's going to guard bigger players because he's strong. You know, when I was looking at like projected lineups, they had like Kyrie, Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Christian Wood, Dwight Powell. Honestly, for me, I wouldn't start Tim Hardaway Jr. I would just have him coming off the bench. I would start Josh Green. He's having a good year. He's a good defender. He's shooting the ball well. He'll be a solid 3-and-D player, and he'll be able to guard the best perimeter player, you know, every night. So, but yeah, it would be interesting to see because obviously Laker fans, they're sad because they wanted Rob Pelinka to pull the trigger, try to make a move for Kyrie Irving. But then again, don't lose hope, Laker fans, because there's a chance that he doesn't resign and he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. Still ends up being a Laker. And if you're a Laker fan, you should be happy because you didn't give up any assets for Kyrie Irving. So that's the silver lining behind it, I guess. But yeah, let's go over to the Brooklyn Nets side. It was very slim that the Brooklyn Nets was going to get another star in return for Kyrie Irving at this point. At this point, they were looked at probably to get, you know, a good amount of picks and role players for Kyrie Irving. And that's kind of what they did. Like I said, a 2029 first round pick, in my opinion, it's very valuable. And you got some solid players to surround with KD. You got some more depth. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's probably going to be the starting point guard for his Brooklyn Nets team. He's having a very solid year, averaging 17 points. He was playing well with Luka, shooting the ball pretty efficiently. He's a pretty solid playmaker too. So Spencer Dinwiddie, solid, having his best year since that ACL injury. Love Spencer Dinwiddie, love his game. Dorian Finney-Smith, you know, underrated 3-and-D player on a great contract. He's going to battle for you every night. When you look at the projected starting lineup for the Brooklyn Nets, probably be something like Spencer Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, or Seth Curry. Then you have KD, Ben Simmons there obviously still, Nick Claxton. So you'll probably have Dorian Finney-Smith coming off your bench, which, you know, he's going to be a solid option. Going to come in, play defense, rebound, knock down some threes for you. When you look at the move, there was obviously the Lakers way. I think that was what everyone was looking at. Kyrie Irving for Russell Westbrook, and maybe either or both of those first round picks in the future. But by making this move, I think it was one of the better trade packages they could do. By making this move to Dallas instead, they're trying to kind of retool around KD, you know, still trying to build a competitive contending team. And still, you know, trade deadline is Thursday. They have another added draft pick. I've been talking about that 2029 draft pick a lot, but that's another asset they can use. They can move it, you know, before the trade deadline, try to add another solid piece to their team. So we'll see what happens with the Brooklyn Nets these next coming days because they got to act fast. And we still haven't heard word from KD. Obviously, having an MVP year, but everyone's still trying to wait and see if he is going to request a trade now. You know, if he doesn't believe that this team can contend this year, maybe he decides to ask out. There's already teams like the Suns that are ready to offer a trade package once they hear the word that KD wants to get traded. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting couple days. Brooklyn kind of, you know, they could have waited a couple more days to make this move, but by making it quicker, they give time for KD to say something, and then they give themselves some time to either make more moves to surround KD or try to move KD. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's the NBA. It's the best show right now. You know, this trade deadline looked very dead until Kyrie said, yeah, you know, let's stir some stuff up. Requested that trade. Now going to Dallas, going to play with Luka. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Hit that like, subscribe, comment who you guys think won the trade. Do you guys think Kevin Durant is going to request a trade and be moved before trade deadline? Let me know down below. But like I always say in my videos, my first name's Emilio, but my middle name is Lawrence, and I like hoops. If you like hoops too, subscribe to it too. Until next time, peace.